The Korean government developed the SUDOKWON landfill to meet increasing energy demands in the country and lower the use of fossil fuels by creating energy from waste. The SUDOKWON landfill is a state-of-the-art regional landfill that brings the concept of resource circulation to life. It is the world's largest sanitary landfill with a total area of 17.18 million square meters and separated into 4 landfill sites serving a population of around 26 million from Seoul City, Gyeonggi, and Incheon provinces. The first and the second landfill sites are filled to its capacity. The third site is under use and will be terminated once it reaches its design capacity of 40 meters high. The SUDOKWON landfill was established in 1991 on reclaimed land in the Incheon province. Acquisition of the land cost 45 billion Korean won, or about $39 million, of which 71% was paid for by Seoul City and 29% paid for by Korea's Ministry of Environment. The first landfill's initial installation cost was 32 billion Korean won, about $28 million, paid for by Seoul City, covering 75% of the cost, and Incheon and Gyeonggi provinces each covering approximately 12.5%. In 2000, the SUDOKWON Site Management Corporation was inaugurated as a public entity under Korea's Ministry of Environment. Since then, the landfill's facilities have evolved to include several waste-to-energy facilities, including a leachate treatment technology facility, sludge recycling facility, food waste effluent to biogas facility, solid refuse fuel SRF plant, and electricity generation facilities including 1.9 megawatt, 2.4 megawatt, and 50 megawatt power plants. Different revenue streams are part of the business model of the SUDOKWON landfill that not only helps to meet landfill operational and administrative costs, but also allows for investment in new projects. Garbage trucks bring non-recyclable waste to the landfill. About 900 vehicles and 14,000 tons of garbage enter the metropolitan area each day. Green garbage trucks transport household non-recyclable wastes and industrial waste to the landfill, and red garbage trucks bring construction waste to the landfill. Waste trucks are painted in bright colors and with festive designs to create a positive image or perception of the landfill. The garbage trucks are fitted with RFID readers that enable SLC to track the movement of the trucks. Using the RFID readers, SLC can determine the areas where trucks have collected waste. This enables SLC to understand the volume and types of waste collected from different areas. The RFID readers, Wi-Fi, and CCTV connected in an integrated system allow SLC to monitor the trucks while they are in the landfill. Entry control and signaling system help SLC to manage the movement of trucks and traffic on the landfill. It also records information about each truck, like weight and violations, if any. Upon entering the landfill, vehicles must first pass through the integrated weighing bridge. The integrated weighing bridge is a platform that measures the weight of waste and the truck. Determining the weight of the waste is needed for calculating the tipping fee. Trucks then move to the inspection facility, where household and industrial waste, except designated waste, are sampled to determine that there are no violations with respect to the types of waste that are being discarded. If there are no violations with the waste, then the garbage truck moves into the landfill for the unloading of waste. If there are found to be violations, then penalty points are issued or the truck leaves the landfill and returns to the cities or municipalities. Penalty points are imposed on the cities and municipalities for waste violations. SLC has established an IT-based integrated incoming waste management system that includes a violations management system and tracks waste violations in real time and reports these to the municipalities so that they can be further investigated. Unloading of waste. Waste is unloaded at the designated landfills, where there is a second inspection of waste for any violations. High and low resolution CCTV installed in the landfill helps capture images of violations that are fed into the integrated waste management system. Remember that each truck has RFID, so it is easy to detect where waste violations are originating. That is where the waste was collected. Trucks are then washed so that they are free of waste and therefore will not have an odor. This is part of ensuring a positive image of waste management. On exiting the landfill, the empty trucks are weighed to determine the weight of the waste. The weight of the waste is transmitted in real time via the integrated incoming waste management system to relevant municipal offices for the calculation of tipping fees. Municipalities are able to view information on the waste sent to SLC via a waste web portal. Tipping fees vary according to category and volume of waste. As of 2019, municipal solid waste costs $54 per ton, construction and demolition waste costs $87 per ton, and industrial waste vary from $29 to $100 per ton. The Integrated Incoming Waste Management System, IWMS, is a cutting-edge system that brings together several advanced IT and different infrastructure. The IWMS comprises an information system, an operating system, and a control system. These are supported by an e-government framework, wireless infrastructure, and cutting-edge technology like Differential Global Positioning System, DGPS, megapixel cameras, and smart devices. Incoming waste is dumped in the third landfill site at SLC, as the first and second landfills are now full and closed. This landfill separates domestic and construction waste, as these two types of waste need to be managed differently. SLC uses bulldozers to spread out the recently dumped waste in the landfill. Unloaded waste is compacted to 4.5 meters thick, and 0.5 meter interim soil cover is placed on top of it. After completing waste burial each day, disinfectant and deodorant are sprayed on the compacted waste and soil, and 0.2 meters of soil is placed over the waste to avoid contamination. The landfill takes waste from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day and completes waste covering with soil within 5 hours, so that it minimizes the time waste is exposed to the air. In order to minimize the working area, work is performed in and only 3 blocks at a time to minimize the impact on the surrounding areas. The height of the landfill is limited to 40 meters in consideration of the fact that the shape of the landfill site becomes narrower towards the top. Disposal area will be reduced if the garbage is piled up too high, and taking into consideration that the site is made up of a tidal flat layer due to reclamation. As waste decomposes in the landfill, gas mainly composed of methane is produced, which when released to the atmosphere contributes to global warming, and so this gas is being captured for energy production. A bioreactor process is used for the second landfill to speed up the decomposition of waste. Pipes are installed in the landfill to collect gas, and this gas is transferred to a 50-megawatt power generating facility in another part of the landfill. See Module 5 for more information on methane to energy production. The decomposing waste produces a liquid called leachate, and this needs to be treated before it is discarded. The base of the landfill has an impermeable layer that prevents leachate from seeping downward and into the water table or nearby waterways. Pipes collect the leachate and transfer it from the landfill to be treated at a leachate treatment facility that is on the SLC landfill. The leachate treatment facility processes about 4,300 tons of leachate per day. In the leachate treatment facility, leachate is purified, then injected into the now closed second landfill site, and used for maintenance activities like cleaning and water for the greenhouse around the landfill. This is a practice of SLC to have a non-discharge system using cutting-edge technologies. This method can increase the generation of landfill gas by moistening dried waste buried in the landfill site and promoting decomposition. Remember that landfill gas is used for energy production, and so more gas is a benefit of SLC. Leachate is also used to generate methane gas that supplies the 2.4 megawatt power generation facility. In order for the landfill to not become saturated, rainwater is channeled into pipes on the landfill that move the water out of the landfill and into streams. Monitoring of the landfill is done to ensure its optimal performance and operation and safety of the landfill. There are 4 types of monitoring that are done: for management of ground settlement and compression of waste layers, monitoring the slopes, and managing leachate levels. For the management of ground settlement monitoring, SLC uses settlement plates, pore pressure gauges, and water and earth pressure gauges to analyze the weight of waste, compaction, and settlement of the waste layers. SLC also measures the change in density caused by compression of each layer's settlement and uses these analyses to make adjustments, such as adding more soil or cover materials to make the landfill level or horizontal. The slopes of the landfill are monitored closely for stability and to prevent the collapse of the slopes using clinometers. Slope stability is affected by the settlement and compaction of waste in the landfill and the water and leachate levels in the landfill. The level of leachate in the landfill affects its stability, and excessive rainfall may result in a significant increase in the amount of leachate in the landfill. Levels of leachate are monitored via leachate wells, and the outflow of leachate at the pumping station is adjusted to manage the level of leachate. Citizen engagement has always been a hallmark of SLC's operations. Landfills are usually a serious concern for the public, especially for those who live near to the landfill, as they can be smelly, create harmful gases, create problems with underground and surface water sources, encourage harmful pests and insects, can look unpleasant, and the movement of trucks in and out of the landfill can create traffic. This was the case in Seoul, South Korea in the 1980s, where the Nanjido landfill, a 40-meter-high mountain of rubbish, was an eyesore and also a major health issue due to the frequent landfill fires, leachate seeping into the water table under Seoul and into the Han River, and exposure of waste pickers that interacted with the unsanitary waste. Citizens often adopt a not-in-my-backyard, NIMBY perspective of landfills, where they appreciate the value of the landfill, but they do not want the landfill to be situated close to them. So getting citizens on board with the landfill, by assuring them that all of these issues are considered and dealt with, is an important part of citizen engagement. Citizens around the SUDOKWON landfill area, within a radius of about 2 kilometers, were involved from the initial stages of development of the SUDOKWON landfill via hundreds of public hearings. Through regular and irregular interactions with the public, the local governments of Incheon and Gyeonggi provinces and Seoul City were able to listen to citizens' concerns about the landfill, especially the ones from neighboring residents, and provided assurances about the measures that were being undertaken to ensure that the health and safety concerns of the residents could be addressed, as well as the aesthetic and odor concerns. The citizen engagement was not without its share of challenges, as the residents around the landfill organized a countermeasure committee to mobilize collective action to oppose the landfill, especially when it announced a plan for industrial waste intake. In response to this, SLC enacted the Promotion of Waste Transfer Facility Installation and its Local Community Support Law in 1995. Some of the measures agreed with the citizens included the organization of working groups comprising citizens, local government, and SLC to discuss waste intake and waste inspections, to recommend monitoring members among residents, and to empower residents to participate in operating landfills. Currently, there is a strong partnership between the SLC and the Resident Council, which is the representative group for citizens around the landfill, and active involvement of citizens in the SLC's operations. It is essential to highlight that there are dedicated resources as part of SLC's annual budget for citizen engagement. 10% of tipping fees, about $10 million per year, collected by the SUDOKWON landfill are dedicated to the surrounding 38,000 residents and support. Regular medical checkups, scholarships for students, sports park, football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, tennis, running track, community centers, multi-purpose senior centers, a discount on admission fees to SLC's golf and horse riding courses and swimming pool. SLC creates places where citizens can share the value of the landfill by utilizing land there for recreation and educational purposes. The Dream Park was built on the SLC landfill as a green space complete with recreational facilities that can be enjoyed by anyone. These include a sports park, green bio complex, eco-event complex, eco-culture complex, and nature observation complex. A public golf course was established in 2000 on the first landfill site after it was closed and stabilized. The 36-hole golf course, along with other facilities, was used for the 2014 Asian Games and more than 160,000 citizens visit the venue each year as of 2019. The swimming pool that was built for the 2014 Asian Games has 10 50-meter lanes and is used by many citizens. The equestrian course operates rehabilitation horseback riding for the disabled and is developing various programs. A green forestation project is being implemented to make the SUDOKWON landfill greener and to promote carbon dioxide uptake. Trees for the project are grown in a greenhouse on the landfill and flowers as well. In the wildflower garden, one can observe wildflowers that change from season to season. Every year, chrysanthemums or cosmos are planted and opened for a certain period for citizens to enjoy the flowers.